this month has been insane. So from the 1st to the 20th of April, over $600 million was lost in crypto. And I just want to explain, this is three separate things going on. Hello, and welcome to the NFA podcast, your weekly podcast where we give you all the news and market insights when it comes to emerging technologies for you not to make any financial decisions. Everything that we say here is not financial advice. That's why we are called NFA, but also NFA stands for Nish, Frackers, and you guys. So welcome to our show.
And you guys. She always makes up what the A stands for. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. First of all, it looks like the peace, I won't even say peace treaty, that's too much of it. The truce.
The ceasefire.
The ceasefire. It's holding on, holding firm, standing tall.
It's been extended.
It's there.
Ceasefire extended, yeah. Crypto's rallying. We're bullish. Are we back?
Yeah, crypto summer, baby. We're done with the whole crypto winter thing. So there's a lot of news. What do you want to start with? I think you got a lot of news that you want to go with.
I do, actually. Yeah, because this month has been insane. So from the 1st to the 20th of April, over $600 million was lost in crypto. And I just want to explain, this is three separate things going on. So the first one is a fake ledger app. So there was a fake ledger app that was pushed onto the Apple App Store. And I think over 50 people downloaded it. They lost $9.5 million between them. A fake ledger
That's
app.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ledger is a French company. Maybe it's called Ledger. I still don't know. It's a really reputable company, and I've used their products in the past. The interface needs some work. It's the nicest I can be about it. And it was known to be very safe.
Crypto wallets are difficult to use. That's it. Like they're not made easy. And it's so frustrating.
They haven't been able, but let's face it, Nish, they haven't been able to make it simpler to use for average people. It's harder than banking. Yeah. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Right? And I was hoping they would put some kind of layer over it to sort of hide the crypto part, but it's still quite difficult to do transactions and stuff.
That's what we're doing with Rider, right? Like, I don't know if you know, we won the Red Dot Award yesterday.
Now, what does that mean?
It's the same award that has been given to Apple, Dyson, Sony, Porsche, Ferrari for design. So the product design itself has been given this award. Yeah. Also has the same investor, but I'll let you do the math.
Maybe the investor was happy in one and he wants to be in another one in the space, so he wants to, what's funny, Nish, he wants to be the number 2, but we're not saying who's going to be number 2. Wink, wink. That's all I got. That's all my facial expressions. That was everything. The Botox too.
You know what's crazy to me though, is that there's so many if it had time Ledger is involved in this kind of scandal, they managed to just get away with it. But at what point do you start being proactive instead of reactive?
Well, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but it should be flagged, right?
So that was your big thing. Is there So that's how many million was lost with that?
There's more. 600 million. I've barely scraped the surface here.
Yeah, and how much was this one? This was
9.5.
Oh, tiny one.
Yeah, tiny. But in 1 week, 9.5 million.
And then the others. What were the others?
The others was KelpDAO. So KelpDAO is a risk-taking platform. They were actually on my panel at Blockchain Life when you were there. But basically, it faced $292 million because of a bridge vulnerability.
And who's to blame for that? Let's go
The
straight
North
away to who's
Korean
responsible.
Lazarus group. That's
Okay,
why.
so the North Korean Lazarus group exploited that leak, but who was responsible, or who should have plugged that leak, or who should have been responsible for not having that leak in the first place?
Well, let me tell you how this happened, right? So the hacker basically sold it. He didn't sell the stolen tokens. He used
No.
89,500 restaked ETH or RS ETH and put that as collateral on Aave, borrowed $190 million in ETH, and then basically moved them onto Arbitrum. Arbitrum froze $71 million of the hackers' funds. But that's about
No.
it.
That's good
So,
to know.
yeah.
This always happens with this bridging, Nish. Not always, but there's many of these bridging leaks that come through the years. If you look at it, I mean, it looks like that's a real, I won't say a loophole, but
Vulnerability.
there's definitely a
Yeah.
vulnerability in that whole structure. Yeah. What's
Definitely.
the third one? You had a third hack?
Well, the third one was Drift Protocol, and that was $285 million. Now, it's the same North Korean Lazarus group. But what was interesting about this whole Aave saga was that Justin Sun, he's back. Justin Sun holds $274 million of USDT from Aave 21 minutes after the restaked ETH market was frozen. So Aave froze the restaked ETH market. Justin Sun managed to pull out $274 million. And so it was a bit questionable as to how he could pull out that much money from something that was already frozen.
Yeah.
By the by, that's done. Now, for a drift protocol, they lost $285 to the same exploit on the 1st of April. And then through a coordinated effort by Tether and other partners, they lined up $147 million, and they're compensating affected customers.
Oh my God. So that's Drift Protocol, and the other one was Kelp?
Yeah, KelpDAO.
KelpDAO. I'm amazed by these things. I'm too stupid to use these kind of products because they're never been great at derivatives anyway. Also in the traditional TradFi market that you think I'm a wizard in. Yeah, not so
But this
much.
is just staking, right? So basically all
Yeah.
you do is you stake, and then because you're staking there, you can borrow off of your staked assets and then borrow off of here. So it's just creating so much leverage in the crypto market of liquidity that just does not exist.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the same problem that keeps, rearing its ugly head over time. But I love staking. The whole principle of staking is great. So I'd even do it with some crypto and centralized exchanges. You do the staking. If you have it there anyway, might as well stake it and get
Yeah.
some kind of rewards.
Yeah.
So,
And
okay.
there was another hack, which was with Vercel. So basically, an employee had plugged in an AI tool. That AI tool got hacked through his Google account and affected the entire
Oh,
Vercel infrastructure. Now, to put in perspective, Vercel does a front end of a lot of crypto websites. I think the majority of exchanges that you see use Vercel. Like, it's a very common. It's like WordPress for crypto, right? What I found interesting about this was that the hackers are not after users' funds, they're selling Vercel's data, and it's
wow.
being auctioned on hacker forums.
And what kind of data is it? Like wallet
Um,
addresses or passwords?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They haven't said.
That's also interesting. But it's horrible for crypto. These kind of stories keep up and,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just so bad. It's bad news.
What I find interesting though is that with this Vercel hack, it basically gives you the same exact page and the same exact website and can steal your wallet address and your private keys just from you connecting your wallet. So we're seeing a common thread here where, Ledger and Vercel, both of those hackers are trying to find your private keys and hack your wallet. They're going after you not being aware and not double checking. They get away with so much. We should really check how much the Lazarus group has hacked since the beginning.
Zach XPT probably knows. He tracks them all the time, so he's probably. Hey, but Justin Sun is really in the news then this week,
I
because
know.
yesterday when we started preparing for this episode, you came up with the news that he was suing World Liberty Finance, and then when I looked a few hours later, they already sued him. So what's the deal with Justin Sun,
That's so
the founder of
funny.
Tron?
Oh,
Yeah.
so you remember last week we were talking about World Liberty Finance and how they stole his assets and, well, blacklisted his wallet. Now, after the last week's saga of Justin Sun pushing out there the narrative that World Liberty Finance is, doing wrong and whatever,
Yeah.
he outed all the drama and behind the scenes at World Liberty Financial. Now, 3 hours after I updated this, Justin Sun had filed a lawsuit against World Liberty Financial. And now you're saying that World Liberty Finance has also sued Justin Sun. So that's not
Yeah.
good.
And the whole thing with World Liberty Financial is, of course, it's the entity run by Donald Trump's sons, Don Jr. and Eric. And I love this when Sun clarified on X that he continues to support Donald Trump personally, believing that certain individuals on the World Liberty Project team are operating against Trump's values. I'm just going to let that hang there for a while. They're operating against Trump's values.
What values?
I don't know. That's the thing.
As an industry, we try so hard to grow, and then stuff like this keeps happening. And we haven't learned from our mistakes. Already, Wormhole had that massive hack as a bridge. Well, that was around 200 million as well, but that was years ago. That was all over headlines. Why have we not fixed the problem? How have we not fixed the problem?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't see a lot of development in that side of the crypto industry, unfortunately. Security, safety, transparency, and all this stuff. On the other hand, in the TradFi world where I live, as you called me, TradFi chat guy, poor old Elon Musk is getting paid. Finally, he's getting his value.
How much is he getting paid?
Well, it could be in the billions, which he should. But to get there, his target revenue that he has to make is 6.6 trillion that he has to make in market cap for SpaceX once they go public. So 6.6 trillion would, just to be clear, would make it SpaceX the world's most valuable company, way ahead of NVIDIA, almost 50% more in value than NVIDIA. So go figure. I find it amazing.
The funny thing is that I feel he's going to make it happen.
Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, he's really getting hit hard. 2 really bad news stories came out about him. The New Yorker did this real long investigative piece about him. The headline is, "Can he be trusted?" And the whole article basically says, no, he can't. Which I hate those kind of. Then just say he cannot be trusted. And don't say, "Can he be trusted?" What the hell is that? Just say it. Everybody basically they spoke to that worked with him for a long time says he's a snake. It's so bad that guy is such an important job. If unanimously around him, people are so negative. So that was one. And then the other piece of news about him, which is maybe even worse, more damning, the information reported that he and his CFO are fighting. He wants to take the company public this year, and she has said that it's not possible this year. The company's just not there. And then he froze her out of all kinds of company meetings and company decisions, which is, not what you want to see when a company thinks it's worth $1 trillion and it's going public and the CEO and CFO are fighting.
Did you see, I wish I saved that post, but there was a post from a financial channel that I follow on Instagram that talked about how we have just hit an all-time high in terms of credit loan defaults. I think we're at 25% in the US, and it's never been this high, not even in the 2008 crisis. So.
Yeah, there's this rumor. So maybe it's not a rumor. The reports are coming out that the personal personal lending crisis is what will drive the next recession. Not AI, not Trump, not the Strait of Hormuz.
This report said that a lot of the credit loans that are being defaulted on are those that have invested in AI companies, because AI companies are not able to generate that kind of profit just yet, and therefore unable to pay back.
No. So some companies I think will be interesting in this space. Like, for example, Anthropic, now rumored to be heading listen to this. Last week we said it was now at a 30 billion a year annual run rate. It's projected to reach 100 billion at the end of this year. So there will be a month end of this year when their next 12 months are expected to generate a revenue of over 100 billion, which is incredible. But the big question, of course, is at what cost? You got other news? Because I was hoping maybe you had some positive news. I don't know. No?
No.
Did you? I just threw it to you. Like I just, gave you the assist, and Nish goes, "No, I'm not heading that one in the goal. No, got nothing.
No, I don't have any positive other than Ryder winning that award. Look, we're the first hardware wallet to win a design award, so that's pretty much it.
And this is an important award because help me out here. Like, how important this is the award that Ryder got? I'm not knocking you guys. I'm just asking because I don't know much.
It's one of the biggest internationally recognized design awards in the world.
Okay, so hold up a Ryder because I want to see what it looks like. Have you got one there?
It's in the other room.
Okay, so unprepared.
I know.
This is showbiz. You got to be ready.
I can show you the app.
I can show you the app and my password. I can show you the password.
It's a good thing the password's not on the app.
Big difference.
I think that's what a lot of people don't understand when they say that they're scared of crypto. It's a scary subject because you don't have the fallback of a bank, but you also look at maybe the censorship that the bank offers and how much cover up there is because you really don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I have some interesting little gossiping news actually. So you remember the Haktua girl who launched her own token and then rugged it, and then she went out and was like, "It wasn't me." She has an OnlyFans now.
Really? I sort of liked her. She was funny, but that was just in the interviews. But I guess
I'm gonna say this again, and this is where I give financial advice. Do not buy celebrity endorsed tokens. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Okay, I have a related question. Should you buy celebrity endorsed skincare products?
It depends what's in it, and it depends if they have the passion for it.
There's so many celebrities making a fortune on their skincare products. The Kardashians, Jessica. There's a Jessica. I think it's Simpson. Not sure Jessica Alba makes skincare products. Donna, of course, yeah. So there's a whole bunch of them. So those are okay. Just when they offer a cryptocurrency, don't do it.
Yeah, please don't do it. Like your skin, hopefully it doesn't get too messed up, but your money, you're not getting that back.
All right, moving on to markets. Market news. Why am I yelling? I don't know.
The fear and greed index is at 59. We haven't seen this number for months.
Just explain what fear and greed index is again.
It just basically looks at market sentiment. What conversations are going, buying, selling.
But zero is like really people are really fearful, and at 100 they're really greedy and really positive, right? Yes. I like how greedy is positive, by the way, in this fear and greed index. It's very symbolic for crypto.
It's actually 60 now, by the way.
Yeah, I did this an hour ago because I wanted to have the screenshot in there. Okay. And the altcoin season index, though, because Bitcoin went up and the altcoins haven't moved with it, just dropped a lot again. It's now at 32. Last week it was 37, meaning that of the top 100 tokens based on market cap, only 32 tokens over the last 6 months have performed better than Bitcoin. Which this means, by the way, we're still in a Bitcoin-dominated market.
Yes.
That's the best I've ever explained.
Once that crosses 75, that's when you have altcoin season, baby, which I don't think is going to happen
anytime soon. No. But it's amazing, though, that the crypto market cap has also increased again, and the whole market's moving up. But this is all, let's face it, based on the fact that the Strait of Hormuz is sort of openish. At least they're not shooting at each other anymore. Are there rockets being fired currently? I don't think so.
No.
We're good, right? I'm happy for the people. Yeah, for now. I'm happy for people. What's going on at oil? The price is also going up because that was supposed to go down when the war de-escalated. That's what I find weird. This is where you chime in. This is kind of how it goes on the podcast. Let me explain this model to you.
I'm getting my words straight. I'm getting my words straight. I wasn't prepared for this.
Why is she asking me a question?
Why am I here?
It's a solo podcast. I edit you out. You never look at the episode, so actually you don't know this, but it's just me. Yeah.
Anyway, the uncertainty is being priced in. That's my take. Also, the amount of oil that has already been destroyed is going to take months, and some estimates even predict almost a year to get again. Then you have to factor in that the shipping containers that have left Iran and that the GCC region with that oil are now already reaching Australia and Asia and the US and all these different areas. So now there's also less oil on sea and being transported. So the supply demand is not really so matching up.
And Mark Andreessen from Andreessen Horowitz had a real good point. He says the reason why you see so many layoffs has nothing to do with AI taking these jobs. He says it has to do with the fact that these companies hired too many people during COVID, especially in big tech. And they did it because the interest rates were almost zero. So it was very easy and cheap to get capital. But now the interest rates have shot up over the last year. So you sort of have to readjust your budget and fire people because you have the interest to pay off on all these loans.
That's so interesting.
And it's a really good take from him. Moving on to the trading competition.
This is probably one of the bleakest podcasts that we've recorded.
What do you mean? This is one of the best podcasts we've ever recorded. Why
You're
is
just happy now because we're in the trading competition. Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's what you think. I don't think you've read the news then. Okay. You want to start with your shambles of a portfolio?
Oh God. Yeah, okay. All my crypto's down. My Solana is down 30% and I still have not sold. My Bitcoin is down 10%, which is better because it's recovered from 30. So I'll celebrate that. I bought into Hyperliquid at, $44? And today it's sitting at 41. So I'm about 9% down on that.
I have a question about that. How can that be? Okay, we're both fans of Hyperliquid. Bitcoin went up a lot. It recovered. How come Hyperliquid? That hype, just by the name, it should shoot up. Hype has actually dropped. I don't get it. I just don't understand.
I don't either. It became a top 10 blockchain. How cool is that?
Yeah,
so
it is.
Cool.
Now it's at 41.05.
Mm-hmm.
You lost 9% on Hype. You lost 11% on Bitcoin. You lost.
This is now the common trend since like January. But Tracer is carrying the weight of my entire portfolio. So my $10 is now $22. And my entire portfolio is at $102.17.
Yeah, so we started with $100 and Nish has been able in 4 months to make $2.17 on it. Still up because of Tracer. And, I'm not one to gloat.
Yes,
everyone knows I'm super humble. Everyone knows I'm the most modest person you're ever going to meet. Everyone knows that. This is a Trump joke, but few people get it. I'm the most humble person you're ever going to meet. It just annoys me. I think I realized I can't stand losing. It doesn't make sense.
This is the reality of trading, right? When you diversify your portfolio, you're bound to do better. And this is what we found in the last season of the trading competition as well, was that your portfolio did so well because you were diversified across so many different asset classes.
She's being really sweet now, folks. So let me tell you what really happened. She didn't diversify. She creamed me all in crypto with her little weird pump fund tokens based on stickers and a nice logo. Any animal she basically bought. Oh, it's a panda. Yeah. And then up to 700%. So all my crypto's down. Bitcoin's down, Ethereum down, Solana down. Where I still think it's unfair. Bitcoin's only down 11%. I don't know. I talk about fair in the trading competition, but still. Solana down 31%, Ethereum down 21%. Doesn't make any sense to me how Solana can be down 50% more than Ethereum. Anyway, I'm getting saved by AI. because Amazon, SML, Broadcom, Nvidia are all up. And I have to give a shout out to my boys at ASML again, up 24% for the year. The chip machine manufacturer, I think is the word. Yeah, amazing. I'm pissed I only put $10 in them. Europe's most valuable company. And Nvidia is making a comeback. That's what I wanted to say. And finally, Nish, copper. Up 7% for the year. My hedge. So
it's crazy because if
yeah.
you look at the sheet, and you can look at the history of this, and you'll see on March 24th that Nvidia and Broadcom were both -7 and -6%. And then copper was also down, was it -4%?
I know. It's this whole trading competition is becoming a little bit stupid because we have no idea what's going on. We're just holding on.
Yeah.
But you made a great point, Onish, there. The diversification does matter a lot. I mean, the fact you're only in crypto and only in a few is hurting you. At the same time, this is the weird part. The fact you don't have a lot of altcoins is probably rescuing you because Bitcoin isn't dropping as much as the altcoins.
Mm-hmm. I wish that crypto would adopt the sentiment that you TradFi chat guys have, of just believing in the long term and holding on. Crypto people are just so impatient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess because it is true, like I believe in Amazon because of their investment in robotics. I do. And so they will save a lot on pick and pack and all their fundamental shipping costs.
Yeah.
ASML just because chips will be huge and everybody needs to buy their chip making machines because they're the only ones in the world that can make them. Yeah. And Broadcom and Nvidia is just because,
I believe in Solana because they're providing the banking rails, the banking infrastructure for international transfers, reducing fees massively. But it's still down.
But you're not,
it's still down.
You're not getting rewarded for it.
No.
I wish we had better news for people. Although, to be honest, of course, I'm happy my portfolio is up 52% in this trading competition. That I'm not spinning on that. Which is weird. It's only $10.
Bitcoin next week is going to go up or down?
You're killing me. It's 78 now, eh? I'm afraid it's going to go down.
I feel the same.
Yeah. Great. Well, on that happy note, people, thank you for watching and listening.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.